Hello everybody, it's the FarmSim guy here. I hope you're all doing well today. We are here and it's always a pleasure to take a look at a new mod from Custom Modding. So we are here today to look at the John Deere 760, 70, 80 and 90 series combines. As you can see in front of me, we have 3 versions here. There are 4 in total in the pack, but they're all looking fantastic. And as you can see, we've got the Patriot version in the middle there. We will jump in and we will have a look at these in detail. Don't forget as well, you've got the FD series headers in there with the Corsair wind system, which of course has been licensed. Custom Modding working directly with Corsair to get that into the game. So lovely to see that on these headers as well. And you will see a couple of similarities between that and what they did with the Honeybee headers, because it's the same kind of concept. So lovely to see those transferring over to different mods as well. Really pleased to see that. So without further ado, let's jump in and look at the detail on these. Now, as we go through these models, majority of the customizations are the same. There are a few less wheel options down in the 760 and 770 camp. Right, let's go through all the options on the 790 because this has got every option. We're going to start with wheels, and there are a crazy amount of options here. First and foremost, please note that we've got front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, and probably the majority of these options. So all-wheel drive has the chevrons on the tyres pointing forward, and front-wheel drive has them pointing the other direction. So you'll see that's probably doubling up on most of the tyre options, but 520s and 580s in Firestone, duals at the front. And there you go, just the 2 options there. In Michelin, we go from a 580 to a 650 to a 710 and then back to the 580s. John Deere, we have got ourselves some tracks. We've got the front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, no change to the tracks, just the back wheels, and then different rear tyres. So the tracks actually stay the same at the front, but you get slightly different rear tyre there. Let's move on. The ATI tracks, which I think look absolutely tremendous. Look at those bad boys. And again, we've got a couple of options with the rear wheels. Then we've got the high idlers, front and all-wheel drive, and back to the power flexes. Then to the saucy tracks. These are looking really nice. I love these. These are I'm a big fan of these myself. Front and all-wheel drive of those as well. Slightly bigger tyres at the back. Again, another option there, and back to as you were. Then on to Goodyear. Prepare yourself for this. These keep going. So 520s, front and all-wheel drive. 620s, front and all-wheel drive. 710s, front and all-wheel drive. 800s, front and all-wheel drive. Look, we're getting really chunky now. Single 900s, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. DT 900s, so you're creeping into floater territory here. Look at those. I think I'll be running every combine with those on for sure. Front and all-wheel drive for those, and then we go to the singles, big chunky boys. 1100s, dual 1100s. I've changed my mind. That's what I'm going to be running every single combine. Front and all-wheel drives again with those. Then we've got weights on the back of the rear wheels on this one. All-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Then we're into the floaters. 1250s. 1250s with weights at the back. Front and all-wheel drive. Single 1250s with a different tread pattern. I like those as well. They are very nice. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. And the 1400s. Look at those. Oh, I'm spoilt for choice here. I do love a chunky tyre. So front-wheel drive, all-wheel drives, with or without weights at the back, and back to the start. So many options for you to choose from on tyres. It's really nice. Really nice to see so many options. Axle widths, there's a huge array of different axle widths as well. I think they go right up from 128 up to 152. So you can really have some fun with that. You've got 3 options at the back for tailboards, the Powercast, the twin discs, and the standard tailboards. The exhaust, they have the standard, or the Brazilian exhaust, and that's because of the Patriot, the flags on the side. You can select a Brazilian flag as well, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. You've got the 2017 to 2021 model and the 2022 model. The only difference I can spot on here is slightly different position of the lights, and you get a little logo on there, which I can't see up close, but we'll maybe see what we can see with that. Numbers, you've got 1 to 9 here. It's up there at the top. There we go. Oversized signs, you can have those added as well on the back. Patriot plot. Now, this is the fun bit. You've got USA, but you've also got Canada, which I think looks really nice. Brazil, which again, I mean, talk about matching colours. And you've got Australia there as well. There's something nice about them all not being the same as well. You know, the US one stretches right to the back. Canada one slightly different. Brazilian one different again. And then the Aussie one different as well. So I like that. Nice attention to detail. Now, they have said they're delighted that they're the first to bring this to the game, and they're really pleased that it's inspired other modders to follow them as well and introduce it to their mods as well. So they were at pains to point that out to me. So nice to see some modder collaboration there and sharing of ideas. Window tints, 25%, 50%, 75%. Look at that. That's mean, isn't it? Like that a lot. Attachers, you've got your standard drawbar tucked under the rear axle there, or you can have the extension on there as well. The standard static grain house, which gives you 14,100 litres. Then you go with a static without tarp, same volume. With tarp, again, same volume, obviously. The Crary big top, 17,623 litres that's gone up to. And then we have the foldable grain tank, back down to 14,100 there. The Demco XL grain tank, which is packing 16,210 litres. Then we've got the Demco tin up, which pushes up to 19,733. And then you've got the DW grain tank, which gives you the biggest capacity of all, which is 24,667. So some great options there. I am lazy. I don't like emptying my combine that often, so that's probably the one I'll tend to go with. Pipes, you've got a lot of options with your pipes to choose depending on your header width. So 22-foot static, different end nozzles on those. Static pipe 2 at 26-foot, 28-foot static pipes, and 28-foot static pipes with the extender, which I think is the one that works with the 60-foot header. So there you go. There's all of the options. Like I said, a few more on the 790, but the majority of these are across the whole range. I have put that pipe and extender on because I'm going to try that with a 60-foot honeybee header. I know that's not part of this pack, but let's see if we've got a decent enough pipe extension now that will allow you to comfortably empty a 60-foot header combine. In addition to the combines, they have given us 4 new headers as well. We've got a 45-footer, a 40-footer, 35 and 30-foot. Let's jump in and let's have a look at the 40-footer just for fun, shall we? So there you go, standard Draper header with the belts on there, but there are some quite nice options. You've got crop dividers here, which adds these guides on the end of the header. Reel over, which turns the header spikes out, depending on which crop you're picking up. Cross auger, which if you remember, we had on the honeybees as well, so it's nice to see that. And obviously the Crary wind system, which the custom modding guys have worked closely with Crary on and have actually got that licensed in-game now. So it's lovely to see that transitioning across from their other headers. And as you can see, those lovely pump models and all of that detail that you come to expect now from custom modding in every single job they do. Lovely to see. And then you've got number options as well. And I am trying to find out where that is. And there it is, tucked under the left hand side there, and they go all the way up to number 9 to match your combines. Right, back into game here, and we've got, like I said, 3 of these. This is a 780, and as you can see, all of the side panels open, which is nice. You've got the lovely ladder at the back there. We'll come back and have a look at this in a minute, because a lot of the parts in here move as well, which is a lovely touch. Got the chunkies on, big fan of those. There's a 790, the biggest of the lot. It is actually the same chassis on all of these combines. It's all engine size based, and obviously those few additional options as well. And this is the 760 with the small hopper on the top. We're also rocking the 45-foot header here. So we will, I think, fire up this middle combine and take it for a bit of a spin. Right, we are in cab. We haven't fired up the engine yet, but there are a couple of nice little animations in here that I thought you might like to see. First one, press and hold your left mouse button and pull your mouse towards you, and it lowers that monitor. Push it away from you, raises it up, push it down, lowers it. Brilliant. So let's fire up the engine. As you can see, lovely animations on those screens too as they kick in. Now, if I jump out of the cab view, if I hold down my right back mouse button now, and push it away from me, it opens up all of the side panels. Really nice. Now, I'm going to fire up the header, so it's running, and I'm going to jump out of the combine, so you can see some of these nice little animations that they bothered to put on the inside of it, which is really nice as well. Look, rotating there with the belts. We've got the threshers running there at the bottom. More belts. See the straw chopper at the back spinning. There we go. Look, movement everywhere. It's really nice to see. I love that attention to detail. And just as we're looking around here again, usual as we expect every time from custom modding, just pure brilliance on the detail and the quality. It's so nice to see. I love this little ladder that pops down at the back. It's really nice animation. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Right, so let's close this up again. So again, right mouse button, and this time we're going to pull it towards us, and then we'll close. And look at that, I didn't notice that, but look at that chopper board. When you push it forward, that slides in as the ladder comes out. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And just look at the back here as well. Look, the little air hose cleaner there, the fire extinguisher. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Now if I press G to switch to my header too, you've also got some animations on your header. So pulling backwards and forwards on your mouse whilst holding the left mouse button down raises and lowers your header. And if you move left to right, you can pull it in and out as well. So again, a little bit of flexibility there, which is nice to see. Depending on what crop you are harvesting. Right. We should give this a whirl in the field, shouldn't we? Look at that, that's some real nice detail, isn't it? The blowers on the side, blowing some of that chaff out the side, and the main swath coming out of the rear. Very nice. Look at the tracks as well. Look at the detail on those tracks. Fantastic. Right, we have run this for a little bit, and now there is one more thing that I said I would test, wasn't there? And that was if this auger, or this pipe, worked well with a 60-foot header. So we have got ourselves the Honeybee 60-foot just here. So let's hook that up, and we will roll it up to this grain cart that we've managed to acquire here, and we will give it a test. So there you go. I've even put the wind system on it because it makes it even wider, and we are going to see how this works. Now I'm looking. Look at that. Look at the space you've got. That's fantastic. So yes, this could well be your combine of choice if you're running 60-foot headers. Look at that, and let's have a look at that unload speed as well. It's not bad. It's not bad. So there we go, folks. That is the S700 Series combines from John Deere by Custom Modding. Again, I have to say a huge thank you to the team at Custom Modding for allowing me to show you these pre-release. They are currently in testing with Giants, so we could be seeing them in the not too distant future. All things crossed that there is no issues and there are no bugs with it, and that it passes through testing first time. But you know what it's like with mods. It can take a little bit of time, and something as complex as these, there may be some tweaks that are needed. So please be patient, but they are coming, and they are coming very soon. And I have to say, once again, Custom Modding knocking out the park with the quality of their mods. It really is fantastic work, and we as the player base always benefit from that. So from me for now, thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.